The Aston Martin DB12 is my favourite Aston Martin ever made, and in today's video I'm going to give you some facts and figures as well as my configuration, and we're going to run through the design and the interior of this car. If you enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Aston Martin claim the DB12 is the world's first Supertourer, and I can agree it's definitely the best, because it takes some of the design characteristics from the DB11 and the DBS Superleggera, meaning this car looks very aggressive like the DBS and very elegant and streamlined like the DB11. But before I continue further in the design, it's time to take a look at the engine and performance. The DB12 has a 671 brake horsepower 4-litre twin-turbo V8, which produces almost 800 Nm of torque. And fun fact, this is the engine from the Mercedes AMG lineup, and it can go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 3.3 seconds with a top speed of 202 miles per hour. This is driven to this speed by an 8-speed automatic gearbox, and it has 5 drive modes including wet, individual, GT, Sport and Sport Plus, meaning it has those sporty features while being a luxury Grand Tourer, meaning it is a Super Tourer as Aston Martin claim. And the DB12 is not exactly a small car, as its length is 4,725mm, its width is 2,135mm, and its height is 1,295mm. This means that its boot capacity is 262 litres. However, it can be made a bit bigger by putting some of the luggage on the rear seats, because if you put a person on those, it won't end well for them, because the space back there just isn't adequate for any normal sized human being. As I mentioned, it's a V8 now. Farewell to the V12, because it will no longer be in an Aston Martin Grand Tourer, or Super Tourer should I say. But tuned up V8 with even more power than the original DB11 engines, can't complain. It's a superb engine and a superb car. So up next, I want to talk through the amazing exterior design of the new DB12. Up front, you'll notice a very large grille, and as standard that comes in silver. However, you can option to have it in black, which makes it a lot more aggressive and sporty. And going around this side, you'll see it is very much like a DBS Superleggera, and that goes for on top of the bonnet as well. But as you come around the back, it has the same aero and very similar design to the DB11. But around the side, you'll see it has some nice sleek door handles that you can just push your finger in and it pulls right out. And I just think it looks very unique and very sporty as a combination of the past two models of the Aston Martin lineup, and I just think it's probably my favourite because it mixes the two to make perfection. Up front, you'll notice the nice sleek and swooping headlamps, and the Aston Martin badging on the side vents looks very nice and very shiny, and this car is perfect from the outside. But let's take a look at the inside. As you climb inside the cockpit of the Aston Martin DB12, you'll notice some very nice plush, high quality materials including leather, Alcantara and carbon fibre. However, you do not have to have carbon fibre. You can have some nice wood veneers and of course the piano black trim. However, I would personally configure it with said carbon fibre. But the main difference between the Aston Martin DB12 and the Aston Martin DB11 is the infotainment system. This is because in past generation Aston Martins, including the DB11, the Vantage, the DBX and the DBS, is the old system used to be a Mercedes AMG technology, and this is much outdated for a modern day luxurious Aston Martin. That's why for the DB12, Aston Martin developed their own system. And this has been long overdue for such a high-performance luxury brand like Aston Martin, but don't worry, it's here now, and it will be going over all the other models within a short period of time, including the DBX, as it's their luxurious SUV, which will probably receive a facelift where it receives this new infotainment system, and of course the new designed steering wheel, which is very nice with the sharp paddle shifters. However, the only thing I could say about the DB12's interior is those rear seats. They're just not adequate, and of course, I've already mentioned this, but you just can't put a person back there. However, it is a Grand Tourer, not a family car, so you can't expect it to be able to carry loads of people. Or should I say, it's a Super Tourer. Sorry, Aston Martin. And I must admit, it's going to take a bit of time getting used to the term Super Tourer, as it's, only just been introduced, as Aston Martin claim. This car is the world's first Super Tourer, and we can't even abbreviate it to ST, because that'll just remind us of a Ford Focus. And now that we've taken a look at the Aston Martin DB12's performance, design and of course the interior, let's take a look at my configuration. If you want to check it out for yourself after the video, click the link below and it'll take you right there. As you can see, for my configuration of the DB12 Supertourer, I've gone for the black Aston Martin badging, the black grille, the black wheels, the black carbon roof and the carbon splitters around the bottom, and I just think this car looks so elegant and very sporty as it's satin gold paintwork, and it just, flows so nicely over the bodywork. This car is one of my favourite Aston Martins ever made. If you want to check it out for yourself, you can click the link below to this configuration, and it just, my favourite configuration of this car. I wouldn't go for anything different. As goes for the interior, I've gone for a black with carbon and a nice cream leather mix, and I just think it looks so luxurious and sporty over the previous Aston Martin interiors. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and make sure to check out more videos coming soon. See you all next time. Goodbye.